Hey guys, it's Kevin again. This is going to be a video that I wasn't planning on doing, but I decided I would. Basically, this is going to be me talking about sort of what I think of, the Oscar nominations came out today. And I wasn't planning on doing it, but I figured that since I've seen pretty much every movie that was nominated for an Oscar, I decided that I would talk about how I feel about them, how I'm happy about them getting nominated and things like that, how I feel about that initially, do I think it's well-deserved, what got snubbed, and, now, this is not really going to be a predictions video, because I'm doing that before the Oscars. You guys know I always do that. This is not necessarily a predictions video. What this is me talking about the nominations, how I feel about them, how I'm reacting to them. I'm not watching the video. I already know I already know the categories, so I'm just going to go category by category and talk about, what I feel about each nomination. So, we're going to start off small here. I'm going to talk about my big... Actually, no. We're just going to go in order. First of all, we're going to talk about Best Picture. The biggest category, of course. And a little disappointing, I gotta say. There were two films that got snubbed entirely, and I was completely surprised that it got snubbed so much. But Best Picture, I was very surprised about, and let's get to Best Picture. So, now, usually the Academy nominates 9 or 10 films for Best Picture. They nominated 8. And I heard why. Apparently, there was some problem with the votes. Like, a lot of films were getting a lot of votes, and there wasn't, I guess the judges couldn't decide on films. So what they did is they took the 8 films that had, the films had the most votes were the 8 films. And maybe it's just because it's such a... But you think that because it's such a hard year, they'd give more films their recognition, and they didn't. And I'm very surprised about that. And I'm honestly not very happy about that, because if they would have done 10 nominations, then they could have done the 2 films that were snubbed. But that's why they're not here. So, here are the films that are nominated for Best Picture. American Sniper... Already, I'm shaking my head. I'm like, what? Seriously? American Sniper? And I'm not so much that I'm upset that American Sniper got nominated. It's what it got nominated over. Birdman, expected, and definitely deserved. Boyhood, yes. Thank you. Boyhood was nominated. I knew Boyhood was going to get nominated, but still, very happy it got nominated. Grand Budapest Hotel, which I was kind of surprised about. Surprised by how much love the Grand Budapest Hotel got. But it really did get a lot of things I was very happy about. I was very happy for Grand Budapest Hotel. I really enjoyed that movie. I gotta watch the movie again, because I haven't seen it, since, August. So I definitely have to watch it again. The Imitation Game, very happy about that. Selma, yes. The Theory of Everything. Now, let me say something about The Theory of Everything. A lot of people are upset about The Theory of Everything. Theory of Everything was a great movie. I loved it. I thought that Eddie Redmayne gave a great performance. Was very realistically portrayed. It very well told the story of Stephen Hawking. It was a very good movie. I even would consider probably buying it on Blu-ray. I would. I'll probably buy it on Blu-ray when it comes out. But is it a movie that deserves Best Picture? No, it didn't. It made it into my top 20, but it's not a top 10 for me. I'm not very happy that it got Best Picture because of what it got over. And then Whiplash, which obviously I'm very happy about. And I was kind of surprised by Whiplash. I thought the Academy was going to snub it. I thought they were going to be dumb and snub it. Now, let's talk about my biggest problem with this. First of all, there are obviously 2 films here that I thought was going to be nominated, and they weren't. Into the Woods was completely shut out, which I was very surprised about, because it seems like there's always that musical in there. It seems like the Academy likes to do that, where they always put a musical in, and Into the Woods was the musical this year, so I thought that they would put that in. They didn't, so I was very surprised about that. But the other film that I was very surprised about getting shut out was the biggest surprise for me, and probably my most, the biggest upset for me, and the thing that pissed me off the most, was Gone Girl. Gone Girl got nothing. Nothing. Gone Girl was completely shut out, minus 1 nomination. I was so shocked that it did not get Best Picture, and I'm pissed. Honestly, I'm very upset that it didn't. I'm sure American Sniper is a very good film. I'm gonna watch it. And again, guys, in case you guys don't know, all the films I have not seen that are nominated for Oscars, I will watch them and I will review them to you guys. But I don't know if The Theory of Everything was as deserving as it should have been. I don't know if American Sniper was as deserving, and I'm very disappointed. Honestly, I feel they should have just stuck with 10 nominations and not pussied out about it, and they should have just stuck with 10 nominations, because if they would have done that, then Gone Girl could be nominated right now, and Into the Woods could be nominated, and I could be very happy. Also, Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler should have been nominated, because Nightcrawler had a very good, definitely seemed like Best Picture worthy. It seemed like the Academy would just eat up that film. I was also kind of surprised about Foxcatcher. Now, I did not really like Foxcatcher. I liked the performances. I thought the performances were amazing in that movie. But let's face it, the movie was as slow as molasses. It was. So, I'm not too surprised that it didn't get anything, but I'm just kind of surprised because when we get to Best Directing. Now, that's not the most disappointing category. The most disappointing category has to be actor in a leading role. Everyone is upset about this, and I myself am pissed about actor in a leading role. It is probably the most controversial category. I mean, a lot of people are saying that everyone deserves it, but I don't know. Let's get to the nominations. We have Steve Carell for Foxcatcher, Bradley Cooper for American Sniper, Benedict Cumberbatch for The Imitation Game, Michael Keaton for Birdman, and Eddie Redmayne for The Theory of Everything. 3 of these performances I feel are very well deserving. A lot of people are saying Eddie Redmayne doesn't deserve it. Well, let me say something. Eddie Redmayne, I thought, did a very good job, and I think he actually really does deserve it. In fact, when I watched the movie, I'm like, this is going to be an Oscar film. It totally is Oscar bait, but it's a good Oscar bait. It's one of those movies where you're watching, you're like, all right, this is going to get a ton of Oscar love, but it deserves it. And Benedict Cumberbatch, thank God he got it. But Steve Carell for Foxcatcher and Bradley Cooper for American Sniper, I don't really feel was worthy. Now, Steve Carell and Foxcatcher, let me say something. The only reason that Steve Carell is being praised so much for Foxcatcher is because, 1, he was completely unrecognizable, 2, of that last scene. Besides that last scene, I didn't really feel he had any, really big scenes in the movie. And my biggest upset is that David Oyelowo and Jake Gyllenhaal were completely snubbed. Completely snubbed. David Oyelowo. I'm so surprised about that, because it seemed like the Academy's film of 2015 would be Selma. That's what it seemed like to me. I honestly thought Selma was going to get most of the nominations, but it didn't. It barely got anything. In fact, Selma's not nominated for anything else, I think, besides Best Picture. And I was so surprised at David Oyelowo. I mean, really, David Oyelowo, I said before, look up a picture of David Oyelowo on YouTube, and then watch him in Selma. You won't think it's the same guy, and it's amazing, and it would have just been a great thing for him to be nominated, and he's not nominated, and I was very upset about that. And also, the biggest surprise, though, is Jake Gyllenhaal in Nightcrawler. How is he not nominated for this? Jake Gyllenhaal completely transformed himself in Nightcrawler. He was one of the best characters. He's the thing about that movie. He's what made that movie so damn good. And he's not even nominated, and it's really disappointing, and I was really upset about that. So, Jake Gyllenhaal being snubbed, I was very pissed about. And Best Actor, honestly, is probably the most disappointing category. Definitely very disappointed by that category. And, yeah, but what are you going to do? It's the Academy. What do you expect? Action in leading role, I have to say, is very, very impressive. Action in leading role is probably my favorite category out of all of them. Out of all the categories, this is the one I'm most satisfied with. Really, I'm most satisfied with this category. I want to talk about what I think of this category overall. I was very surprised that Marion Cotillard, snuck in there for 2 Days, One Night. I really thought that Jennifer Aniston was going to get it for Cake, but no, and I've not seen 2 Days, One Night, and I will definitely review it to you guys, because I've heard it's really good. Felicity Jones, though, in Theory of Everything, definitely deserved it. She was very good in that film. Julianne Moore, thank God that she got it for Still Alice, because, as I said, she is my pick for Best Female Performance of 2014, by far. She's my pick for Best Actress in a Leading Role. Rosamund Pike was great in Gone Girl. She was fantastic. In fact, I watched Gone Girl again on Tuesday. Great movie. I love it even more. I really do. It got me to love the movie even more. But Julianne Moore in Still Alice was just so realistic, and sometimes it just didn't feel like acting. And I think she was just amazing in Still Alice. Reese Witherspoon Wild is also very deserving. I have not seen Wild, but I am gonna watch it. And we'll see what happens there. Kind of surprised that some of the, I was definitely very surprised about Jennifer Aniston, though, and also Amy Adams. I don't know, Amy Adams wasn't in there, and I was kind of just very surprised about that. There were some films that I thought I had to watch, and I don't really have to watch them. I thought I would have to watch A Most Violent Year, but that got nothing. So I'm kind of surprised about a lot of these films. Actor in a Supporting Role is also, one I'm shaking my head at. I'm just like, what? I don't understand why some of these people got nominated. First of all, Robert Duvall and The Judge, I still don't understand why he's nominated. What made him so good? I heard that movie is very cheesy, and if the movie is cheesy, why would they nominate? I just don't understand it. I mean, I don't understand why he was nominated. However, Edward Norton, Ethan Hawke was nominated, which I'm very happy about. Edward Norton was nominated, Mark Ruffalo, and of course, J.K. Simmons. Who's gonna win? Okay, he's gonna win by far, but very happy with this category. Don't really have too many complaints over this one. I think this is a good category and probably one of the better ones. Definitely, I like this category. Actress in a Supporting Role, we have Patricia Arquette in Boyhood, Laura Dern in Wild, Keira Knightley in The Imitation Game, Emma Stone for Birdman and Meryl Streep Into the Woods. Very happy with this. It's going to Patricia Arquette by far, but I can't wait to see what happens in this category. I was very happy with it. Really had no complaints over it. Excited to see Wild now because of Laura Dern. I heard she was very, very good, and I definitely want to see what she did in there because I definitely heard she was very, very good in that movie. Also, going back to Best Actor, I really want to talk about something. I don't think a lot of people have talked about this. Now, a lot of people are going to look at me and give me a weird look, but there are two people that I feel should have been nominated for Best Actor that no one has talked about. Ben Affleck in Gone Girl, and Miles Teller in Whiplash. These are two very underrated performances I don't think is getting enough love. First of all, I rewatched Gone Girl, as I said, and I realized that Ben Affleck is amazing in that movie. And the reason he's so amazing is just because you sympathize with his character. You understand his character. You feel bad for his character. You care about every single character in that movie. And the fact that he didn't get nominated, I can understand why. Fine, I understand that. But, come on. Miles Teller, I don't know why the Academy doesn't think he's amazing. I mean, J.K. Simmons, yes, he made that movie, but Miles Teller was just as good. He was fantastic in that movie. I don't know what the problem was. I don't know why the Academy was just, I don't know, I don't understand it. I mean, a lot of people are saying that, yeah, they understand it, but, like, I just don't get it. Why is Miles Teller not nominated? And also Eller Coltrane. I know you guys are going to say Eller Coltrane. I'm sorry. I think he gave an amazing performance in Boyhood. And I've always been upset that he hasn't been nominated. Maybe just because he did it since he was young, or just because it was very hard this year. I understand that, but I was very surprised about that. Also, action supporting role. Very surprised Jessica Chastain didn't get in there for Most Violent Year. I heard she was very good in that, and I was thinking she would get in there, but she didn't sneak in there, so that was interesting. Animated feature film. What the fuck, Academy? Why would you snub the Lego Movie? The Lego Movie is the one movie this year that I have heard endless praise about. In fact, some people have said it's one of the best animated movies of all time. Some people have said that's how much good of a message it has. How to Train Your Dragon 2 is a fantastic film with amazing visuals and a great story and a very adult storyline. But the Lego Movie is the animated movie of 2014. It's the movie where when we look back on 2014, that's going to be the movie. I don't understand how it was snubbed. Now, if they don't count it as an anime movie because it had live-action elements, okay, I can understand that. But it just doesn't make sense to me. If they did because of that, okay, fine, but the one I want to win, you know, you guys know what I want to win. I'm not going to talk about what I want to win, but I was very surprised by that, definitely, that How to Train Your Dragon 2 was, you know, got in there, and Lego Movie did. Very surprised by that. Especially the Box Trolls. I did not think the Box Trolls, I didn't think the Box Trolls had a shit chance of getting on there. I didn't think they had any chance of getting on there, and the Box Trolls was on there, and I was extremely surprised that happened. So, cinematography, we have Birdman, The Grand Budapest Hotel, Ida, Mr. Turner, and Unbroken. Mr. Turner, Ida, like, seriously? The best cinematography, definitely, of the year is Birdman, by far. Definitely the best cinematography. However, Interstellar, it didn't get a single thing, barely, anything. And Interstellar should have gotten nominated for this because they had the best cinematography of the year, definitely. I mean, the cinematography in Interstellar is just amazing. That's what made you want to go back to the theater. It's what made me love the movie so much, and it didn't get anything. And I was very surprised when I saw Unbroken on there. I was like, what? Unbroken? I thought Unbroken was going to get nominated for Best Picture. I really did. I thought the Academy was going to nominate because it just seemed like the kind of film they would, but they didn't. So, very surprised about that, and that was quite a shock. So, costume design, I don't really care about. Grand Budapest Hotel, Inherent Vice, which I will be watching. I definitely will watch Mr. Turner now. I mean, he got so much, and I definitely am going to watch that now. I did not expect to get as much as it did. Let's talk about the one that really pissed me off so much. I was very, very upset about this, is directing. I am very happy that Alejandro G. Inarritu got nominated for Birdman. I'm very happy that Richard Linklater got nominated for Boyhood. But Bennett Miller got nominated for Foxcatcher. And the fact Damien Chazelle does not get nominated for Whiplash, I don't understand that. Because if you really thought that he gave a great direction for Foxcatcher, why didn't you just nominate the damn movie? I don't understand it. Like, if you really thought it was that good, then why didn't you nominate it? It doesn't make any fucking sense, and it really pisses me off. It's really annoying that they nominated Foxcatcher, and for Best Director, you know, they nominated Ben Miller, and his movie's not even nominated. I don't get it. I don't get it at all, and David Fincher was snubbed. Like, I don't understand that. I don't understand how Rosamund Pike for Gone Girl is the best thing about the movie. She's not the best thing about that movie. The best thing about the movie is the directing. That is the best thing about Gone Girl, because it constantly gets you to think, and it constantly, you constantly question yourself, and you're constantly like, what am I watching? And the directing was just handled so well, and it deserved that nomination. It didn't get anything, and I was so upset that Bennett Miller got nominated. And Bennett Miller, yes, he did a great job directing Foxcatcher. It was a very uneasy movie, definitely, especially with the ending. But the movie was slow as molasses, okay? Slow as molasses, and it's unmemorable. It's nothing I'm ever going to watch again. That's really the problem with it, is I'm never going to watch it again. And, yeah, so Wes Anderson for Grand Budapest Hotel, great, and more Until Them for The Imitation Game, great. But I was severely upset that The Grand Budapest Hotel not got nominated. So, documentary, not much to really say about documentary. I know Citizen 4 got on there. I was surprised that Life Itself did not get nominated for Best Documentary. Really, I was really surprised. I saw Life Itself, very, very good biopic of well, now I can't think of his name. Roger Ebert. Really, it should have been nominated for Best Documentary. I think it would, but it's not, and I was very surprised about that, definitely. Now, film editing. American Sniper, Boyhood, The Grand Budapest Hotel, and Imitation Game, and Whiplash. Now, at least Foxcatcher not got nominated for that. If that got nominated for Best Film Editing, I'd be throwing a tantrum right now, because that movie was slow as molasses, and if there was anything it did not deserve, it was the editing. And I mean, honestly, the editing, Birdman did not get nominated for Best Editing. And I am shocked that Birdman did not get nominated for Best Editing, because it was all filmed in one take, and it doesn't make sense to me how that happened. I just don't get it. American Sniper, I don't understand why they love it so much. It's not as good as they think it is, and I'm very upset about that. Foreign film, I can't really comment on. I'm going to watch some of them. I'm definitely planning on watching Ida and Leviathan at some point. I've read the plot for Leviathan. It sounds amazing, so I definitely want to check out those two. Makeup and hairstyling, I definitely, that's makeup and hairstyling I don't have much of a problem with. Now, original score. Wow, I was upset with this category. Grand Budapest Hotel, great score. Imitation Game, great score. Interstellar, amazing score. Mr. Turner, The Theory of Everything, when Johan Johansson won for, The Theory of Everything, I was shocked in my mind. Gone Girl was snubbed for this as well. One of the best parts about Gone Girl was the score. The score was just so good to that movie. And I was watching again, I love the score because it's so eerie and so mysterious and so just perfect for the movie. And the score is one of the best things about the movie, and it wasn't even nominated. And it doesn't make any sense. If there was anything else you could have nominated, Gone Girl for, it would be definitely for Best Director, but I definitely would nominate to get nominated for Best Score. If you don't want to nominate for Best Director, then Best Original Score, because that's definitely what it's deserved, and it's not even on there, and I was pissed that happened. As good as the score and The Theory of Everything was, it's not as good as everybody is saying. It's really not, and, yeah. Music original song, we have Everything is Awesome from the Lego Movie, Glory from Selma, Grateful from Beyond the Lights, I'm Not Gonna Miss You, and Lost Stars from Begin Again. I don't really have too much to say about this. I don't, I'm pretty good with it. I don't really know what to say about that category. I guess it's good. Production design, I don't really want to talk about that one. Short film, fine. Sound editing, definitely, I think is definitely I'm happy with sound editing. I mean, the movies that got nominated were perfect. I'm very happy they got nominated. Sound mixing, very happy about those as well. Definitely the ones that snuck in there were definitely much deserved them. Now, visual effects, I was very happy with. I was happy with the Academy nominated Captain America, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and Guardians of the Galaxy, and Interstellar, and X-Men: Days of Future Past, because those are the films that definitely had the best visual effects of the entire year, and I was very happy that they nominated those movies, because they definitely deserved them. Now, let's go to the writing. Excuse me. Adapted screenplay and original screenplay was very, very disappointing. And I was pissed in my mind that this happened to the two of them. I was very, very upset about that. Best adapted screenplay is very, very surprising. I mean, American Sniper, The Imitation Game, Inherent Vice, which I didn't think would get anything. I didn't think the Academy recognized that, and it did, so I'm definitely going to watch that one. The Theory of Everything, Whiplash, and No Gone Girl. just fine. Fine. No Gone Girl, whatever. Just need to accept that Gone Girl didn't get nominated, and it still pisses me off, though, because Gone Girl is such a well-written film, and it stuck to the source material so well, and it should get nominated for Best Screenplay. I don't understand how it didn't get nominated. Selma also. Why is Selma nominated for, like, nothing? I don't understand it. Selma's barely nominated for anything. Selma's, like, barely nominated. There's nothing really that Selma's nominated for, and it's really unfortunate that Selma's really not nominated for anything, because I would have wanted to be nominated for something, and it's not, and it's very annoying, and it's really pissing me off because that happened. Very, very annoying about that. Very annoyed about Selma not getting anything as well. Sound mixing, fine. Writing original screenplay. We have to talk about this. Birdman, Boyhood, Foxcatcher. The writing was as slow as molasses. The Grand Budapest Hotel, Nightcrawler. Finally, Nightcrawler got some love. Finally got some love. So happy he got nominated for Best Writing, because it definitely did deserve it. And honestly, I wanted to get that, because it's not going to get anything else, so I honestly would wanted to get that, probably. And that's basically my thoughts. Now, overall, guys, how do I feel about this year? Very, very mixed. I mean, there are some things I'm very happy about. I'm very happy the Academy nominated Whiplash for as many things they did. I'm happy they took the time and nominated Boyhood for mostly everything. Really, it's the movie of the century. You knew they had to do that. Birdman was very happy about. I was very happy that Selma really didn't get anything, though. That's probably my most shocking thing, is that Selma got nothing. But the most thing that disappoints me the most is that Gone Girl got barely anything. Only Rosamund Pike got nominated. And I just don't understand why Gone Girl was not nominated for Best Picture. I mean, it's such a good movie, and maybe I'm being biased because I love the movie so much, but it should have gotten nominated for Best Picture. It totally deserves it. And you'd think that with Neil Patrick Harris being the host that they do that, but they didn't do it. It's just, take American Sniper out, put Gone Girl in, I'd be happy right now. I would. Take the Theory of Everything out, put Gone Girl in, I would have been fine with that as well. I mean, Theory of Everything and I'll be nominated American Sniper, fine, I would have understood that. But if you would have taken American Sniper, that would have made more sense, definitely. But that's basically for what I feel about the Oscars. I mean, just kind of disappointed, really. I don't know. I mean, it's typical for the Academy to make these stupid moves like this. Let me know what you guys think. I will put a link to the full list down below, the nominations. I know a lot of people are freaking out about a lot of things. But I got a lot of movies to watch. I got to watch American Sniper. I got to watch 2 Days, One Night. I want to check out Mr. Turner. I want to see why this movie is getting so much love, because I don't feel it's as good as they're saying it is. Wild, definitely. I was already planning on watching that. I gotta watch, you know, as I said, American Sniper is like my #1 that I have to watch. I have to watch The Box Trolls, Big Hero 6, The Tale of the Princess Kaguya, Song of the Sea. I have to watch those. I have to watch Ida, Unbroken. I have to watch, what I didn't think I'd have to watch, but I do have to watch Unbroken. Inherent Vice, I have to watch that. That's really everything. I'm going to watch some of the documentaries as well, but we'll see what I end up doing. But that's the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think of the nominations overall. Just kind of disappointing, yeah, so the next time we'll be talking about the Oscar nominations, I will be reviewing movies that are getting nominated for Oscars, but you guys won't really hear me talk about them until February. We'll see what happens in February. Hopefully things pay off. Hopefully Boyhood gets nominated for everything it's in. Very surprised that Interstellar did not get some love. I thought Interstellar would definitely get a lot more love than it did. And the Academy really hates Christopher Nolan. I mean, really, they do. Inception didn't get nominated. Dark Knight never got nominated. Like, these are films that were really, really good and really impactful, and they didn't get nominated. I was very... I mean, it doesn't surprise me, really, but still. Into the Woods not getting nominated also surprised me. That was quite a shock. Very happy Meryl Streep got nominated, but it not getting nominated for Best Picture is kind of surprising me, because, I mean, it always seems like they have to put that musical in there, and they didn't do it. At least Annie didn't get nominated, okay? At least we can say that. Annie got nothing. Thank the Lord. But... that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoy it. I'll see you guys in my next video, which will be my review for the series premiere of Man Seeking Woman. So I will see you guys for that. Okay, bye.